Around the world, a concerning trend is emerging in the global grain trade. Ships loaded with American wheat are increasingly being turned away at ports across the globe. These vessels, once welcomed with open arms, are now facing rejection. This isn't an isolated event affecting a single shipment or a minor trade route, it's a pattern, a growing wave of discontent that is shaking the very foundations of the global grain trade. The implications are far-reaching and demand a closer look. Buyers from Asia, where demand is consistently high, to Africa, a continent reliant on grain imports, are rejecting shipments with increasing frequency, raising alarms throughout the agricultural sector. These are shipments that once symbolized quality, consistency, and reliability, the hallmarks of American agricultural exports. The Product of USA label, once a gold standard, a mark of excellence recognized and respected worldwide, is now unfortunately viewed with skepticism, prompting thorough inspections and in many cases, outright rejection. Each rejected vessel laden with tons of wheat is more than just a lost sale on a spreadsheet, it's a significant blow to the carefully cultivated reputation of American agriculture, a reputation built on decades of hard work and dedication. The cost of these rejections isn't solely financial, measured in lost revenue and decreased export values. Trust, the bedrock of international trade and business relationships built over generations, is eroding at an alarming rate. News, both factual and speculative, of these rejections spreads quickly among global traders, amplified by instant communication and digital platforms, amplifying existing concerns, and creating an atmosphere of uncertainty and apprehension within the market. A single complaint originating in Egypt, a major importer of wheat, can quickly ripple outwards, impacting buyers and trade agreements as far away as Japan and Brazil, demonstrating the interconnectedness of the global market. What initially began as seemingly isolated incidents, perhaps attributed to minor quality variations or logistical hiccups, is now coalescing into a broader, more damaging narrative. The perception that U.S. wheat standards are slipping and that quality control measures are not as stringent as they once were. This growing perception, whether entirely accurate or not, forces buyers, particularly those with long-term contracts, to seriously reconsider their long-standing supply chains and reevaluate their reliance on American wheat. They are actively seeking more reliable alternatives, exploring new partnerships with competing exporters, and diversifying their sources to mitigate risk. For American farmers, the backbone of the nation's agricultural industry, these distant rejections hit home with a painful and immediate impact, threatening their livelihoods, jeopardizing their financial stability, and casting a shadow of uncertainty over their future. These rejections are raising tough questions about the efficiency, transparency, and quality control measures throughout the entire supply chain, from farm to port. They've already battled unpredictable weather patterns, rising production costs, and volatile market fluctuations, only to face the devastating blow of seeing their hard-earned wheat rejected overseas, adding insult to injury. The unfolding story of these rejections is not just a tale of economic loss, it's a narrative about a global agricultural powerhouse facing a significant challenge to its long-held dominance in the international wheat market. The world is watching with keen interest, observing how the United States responds to this crisis, and competitors eager to seize an opportunity are ready and willing to fill the void left by any perceived decline in American wheat quality or reliability. The future of U.S. wheat, once seemingly assured, now hangs precariously in the balance, demanding immediate attention and decisive action. The main reason for these rejections? Quality concerns. International buyers demand strict standards: protein, moisture, test weight. Lately, U.S. shipments are missing the mark, arriving with low protein or excessive foreign material. Contamination is another flashpoint. Traces of unapproved GMOs or banned pesticides can doom an entire shipment. Many countries have zero tolerance for such issues, and even a tiny infraction means rejection. Disease and pests like Carnal bunt add to the scrutiny. One spore can block a vessel. The U.S. inspection system is under pressure to guarantee clean, compliant wheat. Consistency is also key. Buyers expect the same quality every time. When shipments vary, it disrupts production and erodes trust. In today's market, buyers need predictability, and any deviation sends them searching for more reliable suppliers. The U.S. and Canada both export wheat, competing in a global market where quality and reliability are paramount. Both nations have a long history of wheat production, but their approaches to quality control and export standards differ significantly, leading to distinct reputations in the international market. But Canada's reputation for quality and consistency is unmatched. This reputation is built on decades of stringent quality control measures and a commitment to delivering a superior product to international buyers. Canadian wheat, especially Canada Western Red Spring, is renowned worldwide. It is prized for its high protein content, which is crucial for baking and producing high-quality flour, and its remarkable uniformity, ensuring consistent results for millers and bakers alike. The Canadian Grain Commission enforces strict grading standards, implementing rigorous testing and inspection procedures at every stage of the supply chain. This ensures that buyers get exactly what they order, every time, with detailed documentation and certification to back it up. This level of transparency and accountability builds trust and confidence in the Canadian wheat supply. In contrast, the U.S. system allows more variability within grades, which can lead to inconsistencies in the quality of wheat shipments. This makes quality less predictable, posing challenges for millers who require consistent raw materials for their operations. For millers, consistency is key. This means more risk and extra costs to compensate for inconsistent shipments, including additional testing, blending, and adjustments to milling processes. These added steps can significantly impact a miller's bottom line. While U.S. wheat can sometimes be cheaper up front, attracting buyers with lower initial prices, hidden costs, like the need for additives or extra cleaning to meet quality standards, often erase those savings, making the overall cost comparable or even higher than Canadian wheat. Canadian wheat's higher price is justified not only by its superior quality, but also by its consistent performance and reliability in milling and baking applications. The Canadian export process is also seen as more transparent and dependable, with clear communication and efficient logistics, ensuring timely delivery of shipments. Binding quality assurance agreements and clear dispute resolution mechanisms give buyers peace of mind, knowing that their investment is protected and that any issues will be addressed fairly and efficiently. Recent U.S. quality issues, including concerns about disease and contamination, have only strengthened Canada's appeal as a reliable and trustworthy source of high-quality wheat. In global trade, the perception of lower risk stemming from consistent quality and reliable supply chains is a powerful advantage that can significantly influence purchasing decisions. Buyers want certainty in an increasingly volatile global market. They need to know that the wheat they purchase will meet their specifications and perform as expected. And right now, Canada delivers it better than the U.S., offering a level of assurance that is highly valued by millers and bakers around the world. That's reshaping the global wheat market, with Canada solidifying its position as a leading supplier of premium quality wheat. Canada's edge is its relentless focus on consistency. From breeding to export, every step is designed to deliver predictable, high-quality wheat. The Canadian Grain Commission's strict grading ensures wheat is sorted by precise quality from farm to port. Buyers get a legally binding guarantee of quality, weight, and cleanliness. If there's a problem, there's a trusted process for resolution. Canadian exporters also work closely with customers, offering technical support and building long-term relationships. This customer-first approach cements Canada's status as a preferred supplier. In a world where reliability is everything, Canada stands out. Canada's reputation for quality and reliability is driving real market shifts across the globe. It's not just about the perception of Canadian wheat, it's about tangible benefits that buyers are experiencing firsthand. This reputation has been carefully cultivated over years, built on consistent quality control, advanced agricultural practices, and a commitment to meeting the evolving needs of the global market. Major buyers in Southeast Asia like Indonesia, a key player in the region's food industry, are increasingly turning to Canadian wheat. They are turning to Canadian wheat for its consistently high protein content and overall superior quality. These factors are rigorously tested and monitored, ensuring that every shipment meets the stringent standards required by international buyers. This consistent protein level is crucial for producing high-quality noodles and bread, staples in the Southeast Asian diet. The texture, elasticity, and overall performance of these products are directly influenced by the protein content of the wheat used. In Nigeria, millers have become increasingly frustrated by inconsistent quality issues with U.S. wheat, leading to production challenges and increased costs. As a result, they are now sourcing a larger proportion of their wheat from Canada, valuing the reliability and consistency of supply over potentially lower prices from other sources. This shift reflects a growing recognition of the long-term benefits of consistent quality. Even in traditional U.S. markets in Latin America, where American wheat has historically held a strong position, countries such as Peru and Colombia are beginning to diversify their sourcing strategies. These nations are booking more Canadian wheat cargoes, driven by the promise of better and more predictable performance in their bakery operations. The consistent quality translates to improved product outcomes and reduced waste. Recognizing these advantages, multinational food companies are actively reformulating their recipes to incorporate Canadian wheat, optimizing their products for taste, texture, and overall quality. This reformulation process is leading to the establishment of new supply chains, with long-term contracts and strategic partnerships being forged to secure a consistent supply of Canadian wheat. Once these changes are implemented and new supply chains are established, they become deeply entrenched and difficult to reverse, creating a lasting shift in the global wheat market. Consequently, the U.S. is losing ground, not only in emerging markets where competition is fierce, but also in regions where it once enjoyed a position of near total dominance. The shift in the global wheat market is becoming increasingly clear. Buyers are prioritizing certainty and consistency in their supply chains, and they are finding that assurance and reliability north of the border, in the consistent quality of Canadian wheat. The premium associated with Canadian wheat is now widely viewed as a smart investment in quality and reliability, rather than simply an additional cost. As a result, the U.S. faces an increasingly uphill battle to regain the trust and business of these discerning customers. The market is moving, and it's moving fast, demanding agility and adaptability from all players involved. For U.S. farmers, these market shifts are personal and painful. Lower export demand means lower prices and tighter margins. The ripple effect hits rural communities: less spending, fewer jobs, and more farm consolidations. Pride in feeding the world is replaced by frustration as quality concerns feel out of their control. Many farmers now face tough choices: stick with wheat or switch to other crops. The crisis is forcing a hard look at how to restore trust and competitiveness in U.S. wheat. The U.S. decline and Canada's rise are reshaping the global wheat market. Other exporters, Australia, Russia, Argentina, are adjusting strategies to compete or fill gaps. The market is splitting. High-quality wheat commands a premium, while variable wheat struggles. Buyers are willing to pay more for reliability, creating a two-tiered system. Importers now have more choices, but must adapt to new suppliers and standards. The result? More complexity and volatility. Traders need deeper knowledge of quality and buyer needs. The era of bulk commodities is fading. Specialized identity-preserved wheat is the future. The U.S. must adapt or risk being left behind. For traders, due diligence is more important than ever. Don't rely on grade or origin alone. Demand detailed specs and understand regulations on both sides. Build direct relationships with suppliers, especially those who offer transparency and technical support. For U.S. sellers, proactive communication and quality analysis are essential to rebuild trust. Diversify sourcing to reduce risk. Blend wheat from different origins for flexibility. Invest in real-time data and traceability technology to stay ahead. In today's market, trust and information are your best assets. Certainty is king, and buyers will pay for it. The U.S. wheat industry faces a defining moment. This isn't a temporary setback. It's a call to action. The solution starts with a renewed focus on customer needs and tighter quality controls. The industry must shift from selling bulk commodities to marketing high-performance ingredients. Investment in breeding and agronomy is crucial to deliver consistent, top-quality wheat. Only by adapting can the U.S. reclaim its reputation and market share. The global demand for wheat remains strong, but buyer loyalty must be earned. For American farmers and exporters, the task is clear: rebuild trust, modernize systems, and prove that product of USA still means quality. The world is watching. The next chapter for U.S. wheat starts now.